Hi, my name is Crystal and I'm the Deslob student. Wow, do I really dare say this out loud? I don't know if I dare say this out loud, but let me just go for it. I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna own it with humility, not shame, humbleness, not guilt. Honesty, not deceitfulness, not in denial, not going to gaslight. Here's the thing. It's been presented to me once or twice before, and I swear I'm not trying to take on the blame of what's going on with my husband and I'm not trying to take it all on, okay? But I just watched a very informational video about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard stuff. It's very informational because this psychiatrist, therapist, I don't know what she is, but she's some sort of psychology professional who's an expert at narcissism, narcissistic personality disorder, and and also a domestic violence survivor herself. And I just watched it. It was like an hour long. If you click in the corner, I'll have a link to that hour-long video. And I'll just tell you, those first several minutes of me watching, I was hooked. I was like, all right, I'm listening.
I'm Angelica, psychotherapist with 30 years of experience and domestic violence survivor. So I'm here today to give you a reaction to Amber Heard's interviews. Let's break it down.
Do you stand by your testimony and your accusations against Johnny Depp about abuse?
Of course, to my dying day, will stand by every word of my testimony.
Let's call out the narcissist here. Let's just cut to the chase. What I have seen throughout this trial are the symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder. I agree with the diagnosis of borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder, but NPD, that's been in the DSM. It's always been in the DSM. And she clearly shows the symptoms of NPD. And right here, she says she will stand by her testimony until she dies. Narcissists become narcissists because of severe emotional abuse and sometimes physical abuse. And for Amber, we know that there was both emotional and physical abuse. And so this has been her way of living, her way of defending herself from a very young age, I would say. And so it's very easy. It's second nature. It really becomes second nature. And that's not the full story, but it's very easy and it's a way of life. And you see here, this whole trial has been one big spin.
And solved as a courtroom packed full of Captain Jack Sparrow fans.
Okay, so here, first of all, she's wanting to blame the jurors. All right, the abuser, the narcissist, always blames other people. That's the hallmark of an abuser. They never take responsibility. They never take accountability for their actions. Never. Why doesn't she just tell the truth? Why can't she take responsibility? Well, she can't because she's a narcissist, because she has narcissistic personality disorder. Those are the symptoms I've seen. And they just do not. They will blame anybody other than themselves. They blame their partner. She's blaming the jurors. They'll blame society. They'll blame their parents. They'll blame their friend. They'll blame this, that, and the other. They just do not take responsibility or accountability for anything. Because narcissistic abusers do not have a conscience. They are manipulative, scheming. They strategize to put somebody down. They're vindictive and jealous. And I'm not just talking about Amber. I'm talking about all people that have narcissistic personality disorder. This is what outlines this personality disorder, is they have such low sense of self-worth, zero value. They do not value themselves. They have zero sense of self-worth, despite what it looks like on the surface. It may look on the surface like, they're very confident and, she's a movie star and, she's got it all put together. But no, you scratch that surface a little bit, you're going to see how they devalue themselves. And this is projected onto other people. And so this is why they will gaslight their partner. And when they start devaluing you, they will do anything to crush you, to destroy you. They will do anything to make you as miserable as they are. This is the truth. This is what happens in these relationships. They want you to be as miserable as they are. And this is why they do what they do. This is why they will attempt to destroy our careers. They attempt to isolate us from everybody. They don't want us to have friends. They don't want us to have any other relationship. They will stop friendships with friends and family, and they just end it because they want us to be isolated. They want complete and total control of our lives.
It's actually so much bigger than that.
You see, she's thought of this. She's thought of, what can I say that's, going to, make me sound honest. And listen, y'all have to understand that the narcissists are chameleons. They become chameleons at a very young age, out of necessity. They don't have their own sense of self. They long ago have cut themselves off from their own emotions, from their own feelings, and they have no real sense of self. And so they will take on the personality of another person. So here she's trying to portray that. She's very much trying to portray herself as the victim, of course. And this is what is called being the victim. Okay, when I say be the victim, this is exactly what it means. Is who will play the victim? The narcissist is the one that plays the victim. Okay, she's the one that's victimized Johnny all these years. Now, at the end of it, when it all comes down to it, when the whole thing is over, that's when she starts playing the victim. Okay, this is when she will engage flying monkeys to come around and do her dirty work, which is what Elaine did. You can check out my other videos about the flying monkey show. This is what Elaine did. She got Elaine to go, do her bidding, speak for her, get on her side, and she tries to get people on her side because now she's portraying herself as being the victim. And let me tell you something. Somebody with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, they study their victims. They learn about their victim, their target. They learn about you. They study you. They know your likes and your dislikes. And so she not only studied Johnny and learned his likes and dislikes. I mean, this is how she got Johnny. Johnny thought, oh my God, we love the same quirky books. We love the same quirky music. This is amazing. She's amazing. Oh my God, But no, it's because she studied Johnny, and she will pretend all of this stuff to make it seem like, oh my God, she's my soulmate,
I'll have a link to that hour-long video, and I'll just tell you, those first several minutes of me watching, I was hooked. I was like, all right, I'm listening. And the reason why I was hooked is because there's been something extremely fascinating to me about this trial, this media circus, this, their personal information being broadcasted throughout all the social medias, every single way that you can interact with it. What I've been fascinated with is that I was on Johnny Depp's side. Oh yes. I also understood Amber Heard. I understood her in a way that made me go, oh, crap, that's me. I'm the one with the histrionic personality disorder with borderline tendencies, dependent personality tendencies, narcissist personality tendencies. I'm the one with the cluster B tendencies that wigs out when I'm feeling like my needs are threatened and I cannot get what I need, when I cannot get what I desperately crave and want and desire. And it's not a conscious decision to be this villain in my husband's life. I'm like grasping at straws, like I'm in a pit of quicksand and I can't reach for enough help, and I'm trying every resource that I can. And when it's from childhood, as this video says, you learn to create ways to get your needs met that are not always the healthiest and extremely toxic. And now I'm going to make sure that I put that caveat in here that my husband is not healthy either. He has extreme insecurity sometimes, and sometimes he can lash out in rage, trying to control situations to help him soothe his insecurities. He's possessive and jealous and can be verbally, emotionally, psychologically, mentally abusive. And me and him together are the most toxic relationship ever, in my opinion. Well, I guess there could be worse, but we really were doing our children a disservice by fighting like that. And that's why it took me years to get out. It took me years to get out, because if I have these tendencies, that is the love bombing and the chameleon-like and the grasping at straws to get my needs met. And he's satisfied for a little bit. Oh, the part that she said in this video that talked about how Amber Heard mirrored Johnny Depp. So he basically fell in love with himself. He fell in love with a false version of her. That's exactly what I did. I did that to the T with my husband. I put up a mirror and I showed him exactly what he wanted to see. And I gave him what I thought he wanted. And then when it started messing with me because it wasn't what he wanted, and I started realizing who I was and all the things, I clamored at trying to get a hold of myself and figure out who I was without manipulating my husband. But who am I if I'm not trying to be the person that my husband wants me to be. So my phone cut out as I was driving home, and so the heat, it's so hot out here, and I'm just going to finish up this video real quick. Again, it is not outside temperature is only 98. It feels hotter than that. Again, I'm going to reiterate that I have spent so long trying to paint this picture of me as a victim and my husband as the abuser. And I'm not going to say that he didn't abuse, but I'm not very innocent either. I've got some guilt. I've got some shame. I've got some responsibility and accountability that I get to take in my relationship. And I don't know how to stop my episodes from happening. But now that I'm aware, maybe now that I know better, I can do better. And I've been aware for a while, and I have pockets of awareness, and I stop myself from getting worse a lot of times when I'm having an episode. I can fall back, I can move away, I can practice healthier coping mechanisms. Sometimes I fall off the wagon completely, like I did the day after Mother's Day. I'm not a perfect person, guys. And if I was to come on here and do my Deslob student channel and try to declutter my home and try to climb out of depression and all my ADHD symptoms, and that was all that I was, and my home wasn't improving, and I just keep talking about it all the time like I did for the first several years, I wasn't really getting to the nitty-gritty of why I am the way I am. And basically what it boils down to is I spend the majority of my time fighting to stay in my fantasy bubble the way I want things to be and appear to be and feel to be, and I believe that those fantasies are real. And then if I'm not fighting to stay in that fantasy, I'm fighting to get myself off the floor and not be so depressed, because that histrionic personality part, it's such a double whammy. It's like sometimes I'm too high, sometimes I'm too low, and it doesn't last for days and days. It only lasts for moments. So I don't know if I shared that video of that girl. It's only 2 minutes long, but I feel like she's my personality doppelganger, and I don't feel like I'm all like she is. But if you watch the way she describes the highs and lows of histrionic personality disorder and how quick they can happen, I'll end it with that girl, and maybe you'll see some similarities.
So I have been diagnosed with a personality disorder called histrionic personality disorder. Basically, it is a personality that is kind of either high, you're happy, or you're down. And sometimes it's hard to be in the middle. So basically, if you are hurt by something, if something doesn't go right for you, you are down, but it seems that you are down even lower than what the regular person would be. And it's almost like going into a depression, but it's not a depression that is going to be lasting like a week or anything. It's just, it may last a day. So I go pretty low down, and I take everything really to heart, and I'm pretty low. I'm pretty depressed. But on the flip side, if something goes really right, I'm really high. I'm really happy. So I'm kind of on top of the clouds. So I'm kind of up and down. I can feel really high, or I can feel really low. Yeah, it's called histrionic personality disorder. Peace out. Bye for now.
That's me. That's me at my worst and me at my best. Like that's what I do. And I'm trying to find the middle ground always talking about balance. Always trying to practice balance, always trying to be mindful of balance, and trying to practice and meditate and eat, live, and breathe balance. And so, yeah, this video is over and done. Thank you. Maybe you'll have something that you can comment about. Maybe you won't. Maybe you have something you relate to. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're willing to have an honest conversation about things you're struggling with. and maybe you want to blame it on someone else, or maybe you want to take accountability for your own stuff. Again, this is not to make anybody feel bad for me. This is not to make anybody feel hateful towards me or judgment of me. It's more or less just me taking accountability of where I'm at for my own healing and learning purposes. How else am I supposed to get on the other side of all of the drama that I'm in? Whether I caused it or I'm a part of Jim's drama, we caused this drama together. We are this drama together. We're raising these kids in this drama together. I don't know what other choices I have right now. It's not like I can just leave and start all over. I tried that. Couldn't keep it up. So, not in this day and age, not with this market. I'm so done talking about this. Thank you so much for letting me talk and get it over with and just move through it and all this stuff. So, again, I will talk to you later. I keep saying that, but I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.